castle on a bed of sand. Now, the reason why that's a freaking pretty big problem is because what kind of foundation is sand? It's trash. Whether it be a little tiny shack or a $100 million mansion or a $2 billion skyscraper, nonetheless, you could have the coolest, most durable, fantastic mansion of all time, but if you're trying to build it on a foundation of sand, it is going to crumble nonetheless. It is not going to work. Now, essentially, where I'm going with this is the castle is you, it's your abilities, it is your skills in business, and the sand is your foundation. So your belief systems, your thought processes, your decision making, your identity, your actions, etc. So here is a bucket. Okay, this is going to represent basically becoming a millionaire. This is essentially what you need to do. You need to become he who can. So here's a bucket, right? Here's the handle of the bucket. There's a bunch of holes in the bottom of this bucket, all right? Now that's okay. It's very much so okay. No bucket just starts having no holes, right? But at the end of the day, here's a hose, and you are trying to pour water into this bucket. Now, water's flowing into this bucket, which is fantastic, right? That's obviously the first step in filling up a fucking bucket, is putting the water on and aiming it in the bucket. Now, water's flowing into this. Now, that's fantastic, but the thing is that you have some holes in your bucket or some holes in your logic or your identity which are stopping you from getting rich, which is okay, but you gotta fix them. Now, this bucket represents your identity. I was gonna write self, but this bucket represents your identity. This hose represents your actions. And this water, I'm just gonna write water equals inputs. So inputs could be work, whatever it may be. Now, the holes represent, obviously, holes are going to represent holes in your logic, holes in your sense of self. So we're just gonna write flaws, okay? So the thing is that you have two ways to fix this bucket with holes in it. You can either use tape, which I'd argue would work for a little bit, but you would essentially be making, and we're gonna talk about this in a second order consequences, but you're basically you can use tape on the holes, or you could just fix the holes and get a new bucket. Now, a lot of you guys have the right actions, you have the right intentions, you have the right habits, you have the right inputs, you're working hard, let's say you're doing an agency, you're working hard, you're doing cold calls, getting clients, let's say you're doing drop shipping, you're making your website, you're doing product research, you're testing, you're running ads, you're doing everything you need to do, but these holes are stopping your bucket from filling up, and once it hits this point, that is when you hit 10K a month, okay? That's 10K a month if you guys can't see. So, you want to get to this threshold of water in your bucket, but the problem is that there's holes letting this water leak out, and that's unacceptable. So the holes are going to be flaws. The flaws could be you don't believe certain things. The flaws could be your belief systems. Now, you need to switch your entire bucket in order to fill it up. Now, the thing is that you can use tape. You can maybe try and block the water with your hand, right, the holes with your hand, but it's not going to last that long. These are all temporary fixes to said problem, right? At the end of the day, the only way to fix this is by getting a new fucking bucket.